Good morning. It is Thursday, June 1st, 2023. So let's have a look. We have things that we have had previously for trail work, but today we're taking the chainsaw in addition to the brush cutter supplies, and we have the pole saw and a peavey and pickaxe. So I'll give you a few minutes to ponder what that's all about as we get set up to move here. So let's have a look at the sky. There we go. Where is the sun? I can't even see. It's too freaking bright. Yep. All right. So up there. So blue sky, no clouds, bright sunshine. It's been in the 90s for like the last 4 or 5 days, which, you know, in the middle of summer, 90 is very warm for Buffalo. Only saving grace is the wind's been from the northeast. That's the northeast. Well, that's the north. That's the northeast. And some of it's been from the southeast. But the north and east wind usually means low humidity. So although it's been in the 90s, humidity's been low. So it's been bearable. And the nights have been getting down into the 60s, low 60s. So it's open the windows and sleep. But it is definitely warm in the day, so we're getting out early, do a little work, and we'll see what happens after that. All right, we cleaned up. If you watched the previous episode, we had cleaned up that side. We cleaned up this side for a bit. Let's have a look. And this is the second part of today. I guess we're going to talk about the second part of today. So this was a big old pine tree. Yeah, was it a pine tree? I don't know what type of tree it was, but you can see it had a big tree stand in it. So there's lots of nails in this trunk and possibly in some of these other pieces. So don't necessarily want to use my chainsaw too much, but you know, I gotta at least cut these pieces off so I can roll this with the peavey and decide what to do with it. So that's going to be the next phase, is we're going to get the chainsaw out and see if we can clean up some of this and decide what to do with it. But we're walking where we use the brush cutter, and we use the pruning shears to clean up all the overhanging things, so we can let this grow for the summer now. Tall grasses, wildflowers. And then we'll clean it up. We left a couple of pieces down here. We're gonna pick these up and put them on the brush pile. Yes, I think we did up to this point. This is our brush pile. There we go. So we got both sides of this all cleaned, and then we just have to work on getting the chainsaw and work on that dead tree. We have done pieces of it. It fell across the whole trail, so we cut pieces and moved it as best we could, given that I had a bunch of pacemaker surgeries and other joint issues and couldn't really maneuver too well. But we're going to work a little bit today and clean up some of this and see where we go. Alright, let's have a look. So we were able to cut some of the small nubs so I could roll this out. Clean this off, clean that branch off. There's a branch in here, there's a branch over there. That all went on that brush pile there. The 2x4s with nails in them are going to the burn pile. Those are not good firewood. Too big for chipping. Too small to put on the sawmill, really. So I think I might take them back and use them to put what's the right word, blocks, I guess, for not for lumber but for other trees. When I cut trees, I like to stack them until I get them done in a sawmill. So maybe I'll use them to stack logs on top of, because they are nice and big. Gets them off the ground, perhaps. So now let's talk about this thing. This is not good firewood. It is too heavy for me to move anywhere with the equipment I have. I would not put it on a sawmill just because of all the nails I expect to be in there. So I'm thinking maybe I will take a chance, find a spot I don't think there's too many nails, cut it in half and roll it up into the brush here, and I guess until I have a better idea what to do with it, I think that's what it's going to be. Yeah, it's just too big to move in one piece with the PV. It'd be easier if it was smaller. I could roll it in there. That's the thought. We'll give it a try. Yeah, it's been, in the 80s and 90s, the trail is dried out. I could get the wood chipper and a tractor and see if I can pull the wood chipper back here and chip this, make some wood chips, because we're going to need it to replace. I have an idea of how we might fix this section here, which, the water has a very slight grade this way into a swale over here. And yeah, I have an idea of how to make this a little bit, fix some drainage, make it do some armoring, so it'll be a four-season trail. Here we go. We got this cleaned up. This has been on the list to work on for a couple years, so it feels like it was a good day to do it. Everything flowed really nice. We cut it in two pieces, put them here, and after I did that, my thought is, and I'll add, I was going to take those back to use them as supports for resting logs on before the sawmill, but I think I'm going to leave them here, and I'm going to leave them there, but turn them soon and lay logs on top, because you can see there's that one that's going to come out. You probably can't see in the back here, but there's 3 or 4 trees that are down that I'm going to take out and take to the sawmill, and that's going to be part of the improvement project for this section, armoring. We're going to cut them into 2-inch thick planks. We're going to do some drainage work. A little swale over there. You can kind of see this is like the main swale. So we're just going to get everything to flow to the main swale here. North to south swale right in here. So it'll all come here, go there, and then we're going to armor this section. So when I start getting those trees down, and it may not be until the fall, but I think I will use those. I just got to find a place to store them so I don't hit them with the mower and people don't trip over them once they're overgrown. So I'll have to ponder that. But I think we'll leave those here, and that's what we're going to use those for as part of prep work for this trail project. But we do have to haul this stuff back to the burn pile.